It took 4 months working weekends to complete the final phase of the reconstruction project of the St. George Regional Airport runway. Crews from JP Excavation used a GPS computer calibrated scheme to dig down 17 feet and remove and replace soils. One of the stages required adding a new impermeable moisture barrier that is expected to fix the blue clay problem for at least the next 30 years. The product comes from a global company made in France.
They designed it around our product. Initially they had looked at different liners, and then they found out that we existed, and they came in and they redesigned it with the help of our engineers.
I think it's bulletproof, just how we built the bottom clay plug and then built the structural fill up, and then that liner should take care of all the water on top, so we've basically built 4 different layers of protection.
Palmer said with no real issues to deal with, the project was fairly seamless. At a final cost of around $26 million, the FAA gave final clearance on this new and improved runway.
4 months later, opening on time and on budget, the FAA's approved it, and we're ready to go. We're excited especially to be able to have a new flight, a new destination to Dallas-Fort Worth.
An airport open house allowed the public to board buses to feel and take a closer look for themselves. This is what the airport runway looked like before the fix, and this is what it looks like now.
We have to wait for the asphalt to cure a month before we can groove the runway, and that's going to happen in 30 days. As soon as they get that grooved, the runway painters will come back in and do a final paint job on the runway.
Beautiful. Wow, the progress is amazing.
And to see it from that level, it's way different from seeing it from an airplane.
Being able to actually go out there and drive on the runway was an awesome experience.
It was. No bumps.
We didn't even have to wear seatbelts.
Palmer said when laying down the asphalt, measurements had to be precise, within 1/8 of an inch of tolerance, so that's where they get the good ride. During the shutdown, the airport also made some other changes. They paved and expanded the parking lot. They also installed a new giant video screen advertising Greater Zion to arriving passengers picking up their baggage. During a press conference, the newest flight from American Airlines to and from Dallas-Fort Worth was announced.
So the American hub in Dallas is actually it's a great hub. It has over 900 destinations, 900 departures a day to over 200 destinations throughout the world.
92 distinct destinations from Dallas-Fort Worth that other airports that we fly into from St. George don't have.
Just so exciting to have the opportunities like this to welcome people to the Greater Zion area. I mean, this is just such a fantastic opportunity to share what we have to the world.
The flight will transport up to 49 passengers and is expected to be a big hit.
We appreciate the support of the community and seeing the service come back to a full flight on its inaugural flight, but having that runway closed down and fixed was an important part of it. It was vital.
Airport manager Richard Staymeyer re-invited the public to come out and fly at SGU and help make up for the nearly $400,000 loss the airport took when it had to briefly shut down.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for being patient. Sorry you had to go through 4 months with no service, but come back out and be a part of the redone airport.
Rental car businesses inside the airport are also glad to be up and running.
We're excited to have it back open, get back to business, and there's new flights coming in, so that's exciting. We'll hopefully stay busy. We'll go back to normal every day, 9:30 to 11:30 at night.
Media cameras captured the first incoming flight from Dallas-Fort Worth as it made its way into the airport with a very smooth landing. The first passengers from that flight were welcomed by the mayor and SkyWest, handing out bags full of goodies from Greater Zion.
So what do you think about being on the first flight?
I had no idea I was on the first flight. It was a long day, so I'm glad that I was on the first flight. How about that?
SkyWest, which was founded in St. George, is currently the largest regional carrier in the world. It will no doubt continue to play a major role as this airport continues to expand.
We're glad to see this work completed and the airport back up and running again in the morning, and it'll be good for the community for many, many years to come.
From the St. George Regional Airport, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.